I'm really happy and pleased to welcome you here. Well, we don't know you very well yet. And Playground here is your first book that you just published with Bessard Édition, so a French publisher. You are a young artist from Brazil. You have already exhibited and won prizes. And I was wondering, like, you're living in New York, right? You're
Correct.
Brazilian, living
Yes.
in New York, but it's a French publisher who just released your first book. Can you just tell us how all this started, as it will be really interesting, maybe for some of the photographers here that would like to know how that works.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Veronique, for the invitation. As Veronique said, I'm Brazilian. I'm based in New York. And I find very interesting because today we've been having a lot of conversations about women in photography and art. And your question comes in good way for me to say that I had the opportunity to meet Pierre through another female photographer from Brazil, Cláudia Jaguaribe, that has an impressive body of work. And Pierre was in Brazil actually for her work, and he stumbled upon my stuff. I wasn't there personally, but he saw something in the work that caught his attention, and he started the communication. And at the moment that he contacted me, I felt very curious and excited to do something that I haven't thought about, which was a book. For those that don't know, my work as photography deals with a lot of other materials over the photograph, so they're all very unique pieces. So when I got the invitation for the book, I was thinking, how do I interpret that in a book format? And for me, it was very important to continue with the layers within the work itself. So for the book, thankfully to Pierre that agreed with the idea, and the designer of the book, Mari Jaguaribe, that did a great job translating the layers within the book format. So what I was very pleased to is that everything I do, I want to be complemental. And the book is definitely complemental to my projects, in the sense that we were able to create, through a transparent type of paper, a way for you to discover different layers and work through the piece itself. So as we have one page open, this would be the full piece. But within the book, now we're able to create a different composition. And that really, really made me pleased when I saw the prototype for the first time, that I have this book where even for me it was a surprise when I saw it for the first time. Another thing we did within the book was the fact that we use, let's see if we can quickly find it. Yeah, I know. Okay, another thing that's really interesting here is that a lot of the pages start with a photograph, a finished piece, but then when you flip it, you are in an empty page, only with the mark. And here, actually, this book is from some people in the audience. They actually already did some lines. The idea is that the viewer not only buy the book for themselves, but they participate. They bring their own lines and their own touch to it. So I guess that's a little bit. There is some pages that we have a transparent, like here. We also use this paper that's kind of transparent, that would reveal the work as you flip it through it, and you find out the piece as it is. In the end, we also included some, I use stickers a lot on my work, so we included some stickers that you can play around with it and include within the pieces if you wish.
Yeah, because thanks to the calc, actually, you customize also your pieces. Playground is the title of the book, so we know what it refers to, but I would like to know why did you choose this title?
Yes. So yeah, playground, as we all know, it refers to an outdoor space that kids go to play and have fun. So for me, my work, this body of work that I'm presenting in my first book, has been my project for the past 5 years that I've been using images from my personal archive, images that I didn't create for any specific project, but actually for my own self, the moments I was having my time off. And then eventually I realized that those images interest me because they bring some sense of subjectivity and some sense of playfulness to it. And I was like, okay, I think those images, they're not fully complete, allowing me to bring something else to it and allowing the imagination, not only on me, then other people, to be part of the completion of the work. Now, also one thing that I think it's important to say is the fact that how did I start putting all those lines and marks over the work, but mainly is that I was very inspired throughout my career and since I'm a young teenager by the movements in Brazil called neo-concrete that use geometry in their work. They were a movement that believed that art not only relies in the artist but also in the viewer, and that both complete the work as it's done. So I started to think about that in the photography spectrum. I wanted the photography, or my work at least, to be more interactive. And if it could start through our minds and make people use their imagination, I would be happy. And over time, I've been evolving on the way people interact with the work by creating murals, by creating photos that don't have the glass, and really more and more getting people closer to the work, and this being just a starting point. So playground is for us all to have fun.
And, so are you already thinking of the next project?
So right now, I've been working on a piece that I think involves a moment that I'm in, which is not only this whole interaction between me and the viewer, but also collaborating with other artists within the work. So I've been in conversations with a few artists, and we are very much finding this connection through, I think, our experience as immigrants, which is another layer of my projects, the fact that I'm an immigrant and how this memory, it's important for me to have an identity. So that's my next step, I guess.
Nice. Do you have some questions for... No, for Alice. Well, Alice, we can find your book actually a big success for this first book, isn't it?
Yes, it's being
Doesn't
doing
surprise
well.
me. Yeah, it's doing really well at Bessard stand, just here at the publishing section.
Yeah, we are at SE18, just on the publisher session. If you guys are interested to hear more, I'll be there after the talk. Yeah, and that's a little bit.
Thank you very much, Alice, and congratulations for this first book, really.
Thank you very much, Veronique. Thank you.